This week, the world quietly said goodbye to legends. Not just celebrities, but icons, voices, leaders, and people whose stories shaped entire generations. Some of them changed music forever. Some dominated sports. Some survived history itself. And while the headlines move fast, these lives deserve more than just a passing mention. So let's slow it down and remember them properly, because these weren't just names in the news, these were legacies. We begin with a voice from the golden era of music, Nedra Talley-Ross, the last surviving original member of the Ronettes, passed away at the age of 80, and with her, a chapter of music history came to an end. If you've ever heard Be My Baby or Baby I Love You, then you've already felt her impact, even if you didn't realize it. She wasn't always the one standing in front, but her harmonies were the soul behind the sound, the kind of voice that doesn't demand attention, but completes the entire experience. That's what made her special. She helped define the sound of the 1960s, and later in life, she shifted her focus to gospel music, dedicating herself to faith and spirituality, from pop icon to a voice of purpose. Her journey wasn't just about fame, it was about evolution. And now, her music becomes part of history that will never fade. This week also hit hard in the world of sports. Monty Coleman, a three-time Super Bowl champion, passed away at 68, 16 seasons in the NFL. Think about that for a second. That's not just talent, that's consistency, discipline, and resilience. But his legacy didn't end when he left the field. He became a coach, a mentor, a leader guiding younger players. And in 2012, he led his team to a championship. That's what real greatness looks like. Not just winning, but helping others win. In the world of politics, we lost a lifetime of leadership. Dirk Kempthorne, a man who served as mayor, U.S. Senator, Governor of Idaho, and even Secretary of the Interior. Decades of public service, decisions that affected millions, a life dedicated to leadership. We also remember Donald Regal, who spent nearly 30 years in Congress, serving under multiple presidents, witnessing and shaping major moments in American history. That kind of experience, that kind of influence, doesn't come often. In the world of creativity, the losses were just as powerful. Michael Tilson Thomas, a legendary conductor and composer, passed away at 81. He wasn't limited to one style. He worked across genres, blending classical music with modern sounds, collaborating with artists from completely different worlds. That's what true artistry looks like. The ability to evolve, to adapt, to create something timeless. Then there's Jerry Conway, a name every comic fan knows, a writer who helped create characters like the Punisher, Killer Croc, and Firestorm. Characters that still exist in movies, shows, and in pop culture today. Think about that. Stories written decades ago, still shaping entertainment today. That's real influence. We also remember Mary Costello, an actress known for roles in classic television. Shows that felt simple, but meaningful. A different era of storytelling, where connection mattered more than spectacle. Then there are stories that take a more complicated turn. David Wilcock, known for his work in the paranormal and appearances discussing UFOs and hidden knowledge, passed away at 53. His story reminds us of something important, that behind public personalities, there are real human struggles. And sometimes, the battles people face aren't visible to the world. Some of the most powerful stories this week weren't about fame, but about survival. Dr. Edith Eger, a Holocaust survivor, passed away at 98. She lived through one of the darkest periods in human history. She survived Auschwitz, but she didn't just survive, she rebuilt. She became a psychologist, helping others heal from trauma, especially those dealing with PTSD. Her life wasn't just about what she endured, but what she gave back to the world, turning pain into purpose. That's strength. We also remember Marilyn Hickey, a televangelist who traveled to nearly 130 countries, sharing her message of faith. That kind of global impact, that kind of dedication, leaves a lasting mark. And finally, we return to music. David Allan Coe, a country singer and songwriter whose lyrics spoke to real people, real struggles, real life. Songs like Take This Job and Shove It weren't just hits. They were anthems, voices for everyday people. And that's why his music will always matter, because it connected with truth. This week, we didn't just lose celebrities. We lost voices, leaders, creators, survivors, people who shaped culture, who influenced lives, who left something behind. And while the news moves on, their impact doesn't. Because real legacy doesn't disappear. It stays in music, in stories, in history, and in the lives they touched. And that's something no headline can ever take away.